Kind of what's your takeaway from last night other than the win? I know you're always team focused, but individually, what's your takeaway about your performance?
I think I was a little rusty at first, just a little sloppy, but once I got into the game rhythm, it was a little easier. But it's just a preseason game. I know it's not going to be like a regular season, but I think it was a good overall performance. I think I can always do better, yeah, I think it was good. I'm more worried about how we, collectively as a team played. So that's my main focus.
How would you assess your decision making?
Decision making? How would you assess my decision making?
I thought it was very decisive.
Think it was good?
Decisive.
I think it's good then.
With that, you mentioned settling into a rhythm. I don't know if you're thinking like this, but it felt like when you came out the second half, you shoot the transition period, and that kind of sets up the heavy to blow by maybe a few possessions later. Like, is that kind of the next step for you, like being more tactical like that, playing the long game?
Yeah, I think everybody they like to plan their moves ahead. Actually, I don't know. It's more of like instincts for me. So if I see a defender give me a lane, I'm going to just set them up with something, and then I'll go to the basket. If their hands are down, I'm shooting it. It's pretty simple. The game is simple, but it's hard to understand how to play it. But I think everything for me is off instincts.
So I know on media day you mentioned that you kind of asked the staff, especially the PD guys, that you want to be, coach like an all defensive guy. Like, what do you want that to sound like and look like, and what does that look like?
I mean, it's more like just getting the coaching every day and learning new things every day. For me, it's asking a lot of questions, asking players what they think. It doesn't matter like who the player is. I can always learn something from everybody. So it's more of me trying to get better myself and figuring it out myself because I'm the person in my body and I'm the one who wants to do it. So it's the determination and the drive and ambition of being an all-defensive guy.
And I know, like, NBA players can be competitive and, like, territorial. Are you going outside of this building and reaching out to, certain guys and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I ask a lot of players a lot of questions. There's a list. I'd say I talked to D Rose about his mentality. I texted him, like, just to see how he approached his second year and the pressure, what he thought of it. So I ask a lot of players a lot of questions. So it's a list. I'm not going to go down it.
I wanted to follow up about the decision making because I also thought it looked really good last night, just in terms of like kind of knowing what the reads were more quickly than last year. Do you feel like that's coming more quickly, or is it kind of more of a gradual thing for you, like the way you perceive it?
Yeah, everything comes with time. Last year it was more difficult to make the reads. I think it was still pretty decent last year, but now it's like second nature to figure out what I have to do, and I still have a lot to learn for sure. And I think it'll just be better on moving throughout the season.
Do you feel like it's like step-by-step incremental, or do you feel like it's like a big jump from where it was last year?
I think it's a big jump. I can't really say right now. I mean, it was a preseason game, but it's I'll have to get back to you on that question, I think, because that's a good question, not gonna lie. I think the reads are getting easier. I don't really know if I have to see in a real game. You have to ask me that again.
Preseason's not the same speed as
it's still like all the guys are playing, Mobley, all those guys, Mitchell, so I have to get back to you on that.
Does it feel like teams are treating you differently at all? Like you're higher up the scouting report this time?
It's only been one game, so we'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think I might be higher on the scouting report, but I'm not sure yet. It's been one game, so.
It seems like you play more comfortable, like off the dribble, attacking the rims. How did you get into that rhythm, and would that be the main rhythm going into this season?
I'm always going to stay aggressive. The coaches always tell me to stay aggressive, and the main thing is the defensive end for me. Getting stops on the defensive end, getting out in transition, finding others, and being an energy guy.
Yuki had 5 assists last night. What is your impression? And being called?
He was staying ready. That's always a plus. You have to stay ready on the bench. You never know when your name will be called. So he did a great job with that. I also reminded him to stay ready. And he's an amazing player. He got his opportunity and he showed it.
We need some clarification because on media day you said that he starts the trash talk. The other day he said you start the trash talk. Which is it?
I lied. That was me.
We knew that.
Yeah, you guys probably knew that.
I think in the past years I kind of got caught up in playing on how I wanted to play, and I think I need to play on how the team needs me to play. I think of Alex Caruso type of role, like just sacrifice my body. If I score 4 points one game, if I score 21 one game, that's fine. But just be in the right spot, put my body in play, guarding the best guys. You know that's the type of role I got.
Take us through that final possession from your perspective, if you don't mind.
I was kind of confused because the Yuki shot, obviously the bomb, it was high in the air, so it was really dramatic when it came off the goal. And then Thomas Bryant gets the ball, and I'm like, okay, wait, what is he actually trying to do here? And then I'm like, oh, he's really trying to score the ball. So I was just like timing it to see when he's gonna shoot, because I thought he was gonna shoot a 3. And I was like, there's no way I can let a center go by me. So just let him get to where he wants, and I'm gonna throw it into the stands.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised he went coast to coast like that.
I wanted to steal it, but I was like, I can't afford a foul. So I'm like, I know I'm just gonna rely on my athleticism. So
how'd it feel?
Felt good. I mean, it's a big game, big play, I guess.
Dalen, you said that in past years that you sort of were sticking at playing how you wanted to play. How would you describe that? How did you want to play before?
I just think that sometimes my mentality might have been messed up just listening to where I was. Not necessarily saying like I was playing the wrong way, but like I wasn't thinking about the team. I think I was being more selfish. And I think for me to be successful in this league, I have to be the type of player that caters to the team and plays for the team, because that's goes into my abilities for it.
You mentioned AC. I heard you earlier. That someone say that you reached out to him. Yeah. What are some of the things you're asking him specifically?
I mean, like, obviously with the Lakers, he wasn't obviously a draft pick, so him having to fight every single day, he was like, you got to treat every game like game 7. And I believe I do. And he was just like, you can't be out there just like another guard. He was like, I'm 6'7", he's 6'5", I'm 6'7", so my arms, I got more attributes more than him just off the eye test, So just being out there playing the balls on every single play and just doing the little things. I think AC did a real good job, really underrated with us. Like, he was a ball handler, secondary ball handler, making plays. So just not being a little guy.
I don't know if I missed this, but you guys have so many wings that are like kind of fighting for minutes. What is that like sort of position battle for between you and Patrick and Julian, some of your close friends on the team?
Yeah.
What has that been like in practice so far?
I mean, it's been good. It's been a lot of scratches, a lot of blood. But I think that we all know what it is. It's never nothing personal. It's just like who put in the most work this summer, who's going to show it. At the end of the day, coach is going to make the right decision.
What was kind of your summer? I got some bits and pieces coming to me about what was your focus, like where'd you work, what kind of, take us through your summer program.
I was in Phoenix, locked into the gym, 6 in the morning every single day, 6, 7 at night, every single day, probably 6 days out of the week. I really focused on the weights the first 2 months. I think I was trying to make sure that I got the right weight. I feel like a lot of times I was just putting on weight and it wasn't the right weight. And I really focused on injury prevention because obviously last year I was in and out of rotation just because of my knee. But I didn't want it to be a question coming into camp. So my biggest thing was getting more athletic, getting stronger in lower spots. And then when it came to the court, I was just like, I got to be able to finish around the rim at a high level. And then obviously my shooting has always been a work in progress, but I really honed in on the mechanics and keeping my elbow in and follow through and stuff like that.
Nice.
Heading to the new season, what is your expectation to yourself, and what sort of envision yourself going into this new season?
I always have high expectations of myself. I think no one's harder on myself than I am. So I just think, for me, I just want to play free. I don't want to play like a robot. I don't want to be out there thinking about a mistake or anything like that. I just want to play free.